Why filmmakers should buy the Blackmagic Pocket 6K or 6K Pro. Leva here with Uphill Cinema. Today we're going to talk about the Blackmagic Pocket 6K and 6K Pro and why you should consider buying one for your camera. Before I dive into it, if you're trying to step up your game with interview lighting, I do a lot of interviews. I made a course, I know another course by another filmmaker, but this one is specifically for interviews. It literally goes from point A to Z, from start to finish on lighting a very moody cinematic interview, and it'll really help you get the fundamentals of going into a situation and lighting it accordingly. With that said, let's dive into the amazing Blackmagic Pocket 6K and 6K Pro and why I think you should consider getting one. Reason number one why you should consider the Blackmagic 6K or 6K Pro. The image. The image is always the most important thing when buying any camera. And the fact that people compare this camera to the Arri Alexas, I almost think that's enough. If you get online and you see the comparisons, they're identical. But the image, the highlight roll-off, the color, the skin tones, it just has an amazing image. Now with that said, this kind of goes along with image, is the codec in there is a raw codec. Now you can shoot ProRes, but the raw aspect in this sensor is just a beautiful, beautiful image. Something that I think looks better than other cameras like the Sonys, the Canons, and things like that. I think that's the most important, right? Is the image. And if the image is comparable to an Alexa, it's almost a no-brainer. Reason number two, it's a digital film camera first. It's not a hybrid crazy thing that has exposure bracketing and flash triggers and things like that. It is a camera for filmmakers first and foremost. So it has the things that filmmakers want first. Yes, you can take a photo and they even have a little photo button. But like I said, it has your function buttons, it has a good touch screen, it has a good bright touch screen if you get the 6K Pro, it has false color, peaking, and then it doesn't really have those other things that you don't need, and that no matter what, if you go to those other platforms, you have to pay for those. But it has time lapses, and then converts the time lapse into a video file. It's just a video camera first. It's not a hybrid crazy thing that I don't even need to use. Reason number three, it's so easy to use. Blackmagic Design has killed it with their operating system. Theirs are the best. I've never used a better operating system on a camera than Blackmagic's. It looks nice, it's snappy, it's quick, the cameras boot up fast, boom. It's just an awesome, easy to use system. Also, the camera itself is easy to use. Everything's at your fingertips. There's nice function buttons. And for slow motion, one button slow motion off. And if you're at 180 degrees, you don't have to change your shutter speed. You just boom, press it, and it does it automatically. It just kind of knows what to do. And so it's simple to use. You can pick it up and get going, and I absolutely love that. And number four is the price. The 6K is $2,000 and the 6K Pro is $2,500. And the Pro, it's got internal ND filters, it has better battery life, you can get it with an EVF, and so these cameras are just no-brainers. That's why they have been used on feature films for A cameras, B cameras, action cameras. The price is just unbeatable. So let's say you wanted the Sony FX3 instead. Well, that's going to be $4,000. It's not going to have RAW. It's not going to have internal ND filters. I think it does come with the top handle that has XLRs, so it does have XLRs. If you want RAW, you got to send the signal out, so then you got to go buy an Atomos, and so there's another $1,000 or so. So yeah, and then you got to get an ND filter. There's good ones are a couple $100, and so slap that on there. You're already looking at almost a $6,000 investment where you could buy a couple of the Pocket 6Ks. And so it's just an unbeatable price. With all the money you save too, you're going to be able to put those towards passion projects, paying yourself, your mortgage, your car payment, food for your kids, braces, dog shot collars, trips to Jamaica, whatever. You're gonna save some money and still have an amazing cinema camera.
Well, there you go. That's pretty good. We're saving money already. We're a pretty good team.
So to recap and why I think you should consider the Blackmagic Pocket Cinema Camera 6K or 6K Pro. First, the image. You cannot deny the image. It's so beautiful. It looks good. And it just has so much flexibility in post with the 12-bit RAW, and just, it's amazing. Number two, it's designed for filmmakers. It's a video camera first. Number three, the best and easiest to use operating system and configuration of the camera itself. Super easy to use. You'll be able to pick it up, boom, and go film. And number four, price. It's super affordable. You literally cannot go wrong with this camera. The fact that it's shot Mercedes commercials, and it's a $2,000 camera because that was shot by Mateo. I'll put a link below, and he shot a Mercedes commercial on a $2,000 camera. I mean, enough said. So yeah, go check out the Blackmagic Pocket 6K and 6K Pro. It's definitely a relevant, amazing camera. And I mean, for the price, it's just hands down the best. And so yeah, go check it out. Don't forget, I have my course if you're wanting to step up your game and kind of learn a little more about lighting interviews and getting a more cinematic look. Check that out, and I'll talk to you guys later. Thanks, bye.